Hi, I'm John from Just Whiskey. If you like today's show, please give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And consider becoming a Patreon with the link in the description below. And thank you for the Patreons that I do have that help support this channel and my journey going forward. Much appreciated. And remember, folks, it's just whiskey. And as a Patreon, occasionally I review an exclusive Patreon video, mostly on samples that I have, but it's still a thorough review. And even with the samples I have, I'm able to get 2 to 3 really good pours that I take my time with, and I evaluate it just as I would a full-blown review. But those are only available exclusively for Patreons. All right, today we're going to be talking about and reviewing the it's Japanese, okay? It's a Japanese blend, Ichiros, okay? I believe that's how you pronounce it. Ichiros, okay? And that's the gentleman's first name. It is matured by a gentleman, by Ichiro Akuto, okay? And he's the founder of Chichibu distillery in Japan. And what he does for this release here, this is a 750 milliliter United States exclusive, comes in at 46.5% ABV, non-chill filtered, no coloring added. And what he does, he travels the world and he's a master blender. So if you visit the Chichibu distillery in Japan, they have their own single malts. But this here is a blend of malt and grain from United States, Canada, Scotland, Ireland, and probably a little bit of single malt, maybe teaspoon from Chichibu. So Chichibu was founded in 2007, 2008. I believe they started distilling it right around 2008. But the Akuto family has been distilling in Japan for 400 years, okay? So they know what they're doing. This retails in the United States for about $100. This was given to me as a birthday gift several months ago, and the gentleman that bought it for me knew nothing about whiskey, but it was in a glass case, and the clerk or the owner of the store told him that this is good stuff. So he gave it to me. He's very proud, and I am very proud to get it as a gift. But I am going to give it an honest review, as I do with everything. In my opinion, I mean, as far as blends go, again, they don't disclose really what's in there. In my opinion, it's probably mostly grain, or a good portion of it is probably grain. Yeah, what else can I tell you? That's about it, I guess. Let's get into the nosing and tasting. Okay, there's not much on the nose. You really have to dig deep. But what you do get when you dig deep is vanilla cream, a little bit of acetone, but that dissipates the more time you leave it in the glass. Oh yeah, this is a non-age stated as well. We have no idea how old this is. So it probably at least 3 years. That's all we really know. So vanilla cream, the acetone note dissipates, and I'm picking up like traditional Irish blend notes on here, malted and unmalted barley with some some grain. The grain could be, could be rice, a little bit of rice in there from the Chichibu distillery. But more than likely, it's more corn, wheat, rye. I'm just assuming probably Canadian rye. Ireland, it's probably got some malted, unmalted, and some grain in there as well. If you really search, there's some subdued fruits in there, but you really have to search. All right, on the palate. It's not overly complex by any means. Um, it's pleasant. It's delicate. Um, a bit spicy, oaky spice, which makes you think it's a little bit hotter than the 46.5% ABV. Um, a little more than a one-hit wonder, but it's not complex. Um, Palate, a little bit of cocoa in there if I search. Again, a little the oaky spiciness is definitely there. Um, a little sweet. Also, a little slight astringency is in there as well. Very light fruits. A little perfumey, and I would describe the finish as medium. Um, it's an easy sipper. Um, it's not off-putting in any means, but my understanding, I think in Japan, this sells for about $40 to $50, so it's double the price here in the United States. I guess this is a big seller. It's their it's the Chichibu distilleries. This one here is like their entry level. Okay, it's their one of their least expensive offerings. Um, so there's a little bit of everything in there. Again, not overly complex. Easy sipper. You could give this to anybody and they won't be offended by it. If you told me this was a blended Irish, I would believe you. Um, Score wise, for the price, um, I think even, for my enjoyment, I would say this is a $30 to $40 whiskey. So that's my feeling on it. Score wise would probably, for my enjoyment, and for the price, even though it was gifted to me, I'm going to give it an 82. Okay. Um, it's not something I would keep going to, but again, I would pour this for anybody and they would enjoy it. The only other Japanese whiskey that I have is a 2016 bottling of Nika from the Barrel, which I previously reviewed. And the major differences here are the Nika from the Barrel comes in at 51.4%. And I think this older bottling of Nika from the Barrel blend probably has some Ben Nevis in it. So you're getting a little more Scotch, I think, in the Nika from the Barrel. You can see my full review on that. If if somebody gave me a choice, pick one, and Nika from the Barrel is about right now around $75 to $80 for this blend. I for this 500 milliliter bottle, I bought this like 4 or 5 years ago. I think I paid $30 or $32 for it or whatever. But even so, at the current price, let's just say it's $75, and let's just say this is $105 or $110 or whatever. If somebody said, "Hey, you have to pick one of these," I would probably pick Nika from the Barrel. My opinion, not that this reminds me of it, but for $60, you can buy Bruichladdich, their entry level. I'm drawing a blank. I'm gonna have to start all over again, I think. No, whatever. Classic laddie, that's it. Okay. For $60, if you want to taste, a single malt with some really genuine complexity and the true celebration of what malted barley is, then the Bruichladdich Classic Laddie for $60, hands down, in my opinion, blows both of these out of the water. Why am I comparing that with Japanese? For no other reason, it's just value for money and something that's I don't know, apples and oranges more enjoyable. I don't know why I threw that in there. Hope I didn't confuse anybody. But hey, it's my one take wonder here that I do. If you like today's review, please give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Consider becoming a Patreon with the link in the description below. And remember, folks, it's just whiskey. So hats off to you all, and take care, folks.